Hello, tomorrow I'm going to start a new series. I'm going to start a schedule for different series and this one won't be uploading next part for a while. Chapter 6, Orochimaru vs Naruto. Walking through a clearing was the team Tsunade sent to recover Naruto. They noticed the destroyed clearing and the burned trees. They also noticed burnt flesh and the smell of blood. What horrified them was a headless Akatsuki member in a puddle of blood. The group walked over to the body and inspected it. So this is a Akatsuki member? Asked Irika, who was new about Akatsuki but never seen one of them before. Kakashi nodded, even being in a fight against one of them. This isn't Itaki or Kisame, I wonder who this is, said Shikamaru. Right, Akatsuki members travel in pairs, so where's the other guy? Asked Sakura. He must have gotten away or his body is destroyed, said Jiraiya. I wonder if Naruto did this, asked Teiwa. Sakura outright refused this. The blonde knucklehead didn't even seem right. What makes you think that? Asked Kakashi. Teiwa shrugged. He's a Jinchuriki and it lead us here. Which Akatsuki missions is to capture Jinchuriki, so I suspect Naruto did this. Well, it doesn't matter, 2 Akatsuki members down, said Sasuke. How far is Naruto, Teiwa? She closed her eyes and focused her senses on Naruto. He's a few hours away. But I can feel his chakra moving rapidly. Then we should hurry, said Jiraiya, jumping off the group following behind. XXXXXXXXXX. With Naruto. Naruto leaped through the trees of the village Orochimaru was located. Otogakure. Karen and Yujito followed close behind. Karen, can you feel his chakra? Karen nodded. His in the tower on the 3rd floor in the 5th room, which is the middle room. Naruto nodded and jumped off the tree, walking inside a hideout. We take them out before heading to Orochimaru. Less people the better. Yujito and Karen nodded. Karen hiding on a small ceiling. 2 Oto ninjas was talking before one of the guy's head fell off. He caught it in his hand. The other guy was going to scream in horror until a blade plunged the back of his throat. He choked on his blood before falling and dying. It only took around 5 minutes to finish dealing with the Oto ninjas located in the hideout. When Naruto left the hideout, his gaze focused on the tower to which he dashed off to. Don't follow me, but make sure you kill any Oto ninja, said Naruto, gaining a nod from Yujito. Reaching the tower, Naruto swiftly took out the 2 guards. They was child's play. He quickly rose through the stairs, slicing and dicing down anyone who stepped in his way. He walked in the room that located Orochimaru, but he didn't expect what happened next. Soon as he stepped inside, an explosion let off, sending him crashing through a wall and flying out the building. Naruto stood up and rubbed his head as he watched as the building collapsed and saw a figure standing on top of the destroyed building. Orochimaru, thought Naruto as he stood up and pulled out his sword. Orochimaru gave him a curious look and wondered who was this man coming to kill him, but quickly wiped that off his face with a sadistic look. You must be very confident to come in my home to kill me. Naruto chuckled. You right, I'm just confident or very stupid. You are a threat, Orochimaru, to my goals. That's why I can't let you off the hook, you know. Kukiku, oh boy, I would love cutting you into 2 pieces. A sword was gargled out his mouth as he dashed to Naruto in a burst of speed. Naruto quickly placed his blade in front of him, defending from Orochimaru's strike, but his eyes widened when Orochimaru's sword broke through it. Quickly dodging to the side, he let the blade cut the wind. It seemed as time slowed down as Orochimaru and Naruto made eye contact. While Orochimaru was still in mid-air, his eyes slowly widened. Naruto cocked back a fist, sending a jaw-breaking punching into Orochimaru's face. Orochimaru was sent flying as the sword fell out his mouth. Orochimaru was sent to a tree and slid down the tree like a snake. Picking up Orochimaru's sword and threw it at his head. Due to Orochimaru's flexibility, he quickly moved his head to the side, the blade digging in the tree. Orochimaru chuckled as he took the blade out the tree and stood up. He looked up as a gush of wind hit him, sending through the tree, crashing through 2 trees. Naruto thought about his decision. He couldn't get into a Kenjutsu duel as Orochimaru had a superior blade. Kurama, how should I fight this battle? Kurama chuckled. Pressures him with jutsus, highly destructive jutsus. It's hard to kill a snake like him, so you may have to use more chakra than expected. Naruto nodded as he quickly turned around, punching Orochimaru, who appeared behind him. Stepping on his feet to keep him steady, he landed multiple blows on Orochimaru, making a dent in his face before turning into mud. Naruto felt as Orochimaru's blade stabbed through his back before poofing in a smoke. Feeling hand wrapping around his legs, he was pulled underground. He heard multiple sizzling as multiple shadow clones explode underground, cracking the earth above. Naruto stood on a tree. Look at the destruction he caused. He won't die that easily, thought Naruto. Making hand seals, he shot a fire dragon at the hole, burning the ground before a huge explosion explode up in the air similar to a beam. Naruto watched as the smoke went down, as he watched as another Orochimaru crawled out the old Orochimaru mouth. Disgusting was the only word that came to Naruto mind. You caught me off guard, I'll be honest with you. Naruto smiled as he Chanel chakra in a seal on his wrist. Ninja wire was summoning in his hand. He wrapped it around a tree and started to swing on the wire, before shooting multiple fireballs at Naruto, causing Orochimaru to continue to jump back. It was exactly what Naruto wanted, to lead him in a trap. Orochimaru sent a wind bullet at Naruto that hit him straight in the chest before he poof, causing Orochimaru to widen his eyes. A shadow CLO ninja wire wrapped around him and pulled him to a tree. He heard swirling in the air to see a windmill shuriken aiming for his head. Using his strength, Orochimaru pulled against the wire, snapping them and quickly ducking as the windmill broke through the tree. While kneeling, he tampered with the ground, shaking the ground and the trees, causing Naruto to leap off the tree with a raise-non in hand. Wind-style wind-cutting jutsu, roared Orochimaru at Naruto. A wind-cutting jutsu aimed at Naruto. Naruto had to cancel his jutsu and defend himself, but gained multiple cuts on his body. Slithering like a snake, he opened his mouth as hundreds, no thousands of snakes surrounded the ground. Seeing this, Naruto slammed his fist on the ground. The rock pulled Naruto in the air so the snakes won't bite him. Using a water jutsu, he drowned the whole field in water, drowning the snakes. Orochimaru used chakra to walk on the huge water created by the mysterious man. He can use fire, wind and water. I shall take that body, thought Orochimaru. Naruto was about to attack until the ground trembled and a huge snake grabbed him and launched him in the air, before wrapping its mouth around the body but not swallowing the boy. More than 100 feet in the air, the snake aimed down as it slammed Naruto in the ground, causing a huge dust cloud and crater below. Going back in the air 100 again, it repeatedly slammed Naruto in the ground, causing multiple craters in the ground. The snake poof in smoke as Orochimaru chuckled before seeing something weird with the body. It started to crack. One by one a finger fell off and turned to dust before the arms crack off. Not too soon the legs fell off before the whole body crack and turned into dust. Orochimaru was confused, never seeing a jutsu like this. A deep voice rung behind him, causing him to turn around and look at a tree where a man stood, the sun blocking his appearance. He had long black hair that stopped at his mid-back. He wore a black long-sleeved shirt and black pants, with white tape wrapped around his ankles, with black shinobi sandals and black fingerless gloves. Some of his black hair covered his face but made it possible for him to see and everyone to see his single Sharingan. You know that shit hurted? Orochimaru's eyes widened, seeing the Sharingan in his eye. I never used my real form before, said Naruto as a wide black blade with two hands appeared on his back. Naruto and Orochimaru stared at each other before the two vanished in a burst of speed. Before meeting in the middle, both fighters fist meeting in the middle, causing a huge shockwave. At the same time, two slammed their knees against each other before locking arms. The two vanished from sight again, fist colliding, but this time the two getting into a taijutsu battle. Fight anywhere all over Oto. If anyone saw the fight, they wouldn't call it a fight, all they will say was a white flash appeared and disappeared, which show how fast they move. Ducking under Orochimaru punch, Naruto gave him a gut punch which made Orochimaru stumble back and cough up saliva. Giving him a roundhouse kick, he sent Orochimaru flying before vanishing behind to Orochimaru's side, catching him by the throat. With full force he tossed him in a mountainside, sending him crashing in the mountains, which made Orochimaru cough and hold his stomach. Damn, that shit hurt. He noticed a shadow above him and looked above him, seeing Naruto coming down with a double stomp. Quickly moving out the way, he nearly dodged the attack. The ground cracked under Naruto's feet. Orochimaru stood up before being on the defense, struggling to block the fast strikes. Countering his strike, Orochimaru landed a strike on Naruto, causing his head to snap back, before giving Orochimaru a headbutt that made Orochimaru's winced. Kicking him in the stomach sent Orochimaru into a wall, which made him stick to wall. Fire gathered in his lungs as he shot a hot stream at Orochimaru, who was stuck to the wall. The fire was so powerful as it broke and he crashed through the other side of the wall. Naruto slowly walked over to Orochimaru, grabbing him by the hair, looking him in face. The bloody Orochimaru winced when being tugged by the hair. Without a word, Naruto slammed his knee in Orochimaru's face, knocking some tooth out in the process. Orochimaru slumped to the ground, trying to crawl away. Nobody is coming to save you. You are a threat to my goals. I want to learn all the jutsus in the world, but you do also. But no, you a snake, you would hide such things from me. Naruto grabbed him by the leg before repeatedly slamming him in the ground, causing multiple cracks in the ground. Before launching through the mountain roof into the air, a blue chakra formed in his hand before wind blinds surrounded it, making it the wind release, spiraling shuriken. Before tossing it in the air, making contact with Orochimaru, making a huge explosion. I'm going to destroy this village, thought Naruto as he tried and looked for Yujito and Karen chakra. When regrouping with the two girls, Naruto made them leave the village before floating into the air. Kid, are you sure you want to use this much chakra at this state of your body? Shush Kurama, I need to FO dash. Cough cough cough. Naruto started to cough while Kurama shook his head. Naruto had some unknown diseases that cause him to get sick. As far as they knew, no medic ninja in Magnolia knew the problem to it. A small purple raise-non formed in Naruto's hands before dropping the raise-non on the village. This caused a colossal explosion which leveled the whole village. Naruto not sure if it killed Orochimaru or the snake somehow got away. Being a bit exhausted, Naruto got dizzy, causing him to fall. In a rare moment, Kurama took over his body, summoning a hawk for Naruto to land on. I told you that jutsu takes up as much chakra as a Baiju Yodama, and I'm a Baiju Yo, roared Kurama to Naruto. He hated to admit it, but Kurama was right that jutsu made him use almost all his chakra. He only used it for problems like this. Landing to the ground safely, Naruto looked at his destruction before the hawk summoning left. He saw Karen and Yujito from afar before walking over to the two to see shock faces. We going home, let's go, said Naruto as the three jump off into the trees heading home for Magnolia. XXXXXXXXXX. In a dark cave stood 9 figures. They wore black cloaks with red clouds that represent the blood of a Megakuer. This group was known as Akatsuki, a group of Rouge S rank shinobi. Stood the leader on the highest finger of all the fingers, had purple ripple eyes as he looked down on his group. Zetsu, do you have any information on Haiden and Kakuzu and the Jinchuriki they capture? Yes, leader Sama, the two are dead. This caused everyone to gain shock faces. It wasn't easy to kill people who were immortal. Do you know the cause of their death? Asked Pain. Zetsu shook his head. No, I can't find any trace of who did it, but I for sure know it wasn't the Jinchuriki who did this because I watched them take her down. Some unknown person took the two down. And what about the two tails Jinchuriki, where is she? Zetsu shrugged. As I said, I have no clue. Pain and Konan frowned. They was supposed to be finding their way to peace and they lost 2 members and a Jinchuriki they capture. What about the 2 rings? Toby have Haiden's ring while I put Kakuzu's ring in the other room. Pain nodded. They lost 2 members and only had 2 Baijus capture the 4 tails and the 7 tails. So we have a threat to the Akatsuki, said Kisame with a shark-like grin. I assume so, but we don't know who this person is, said Sasori. Zetsu, I want you to try searching for anyone who may be this person, said Pain before leaving as everyone left one by one. XXXXXXXXXX. While Naruto jumped through the trees, he let out a small sneeze. Someone must be talking about me. Memma. We have company, it's multiple chakra signatures following us, said a panic Karen. Quickly turning around, Naruto waved his hand and a huge wind blast was sent to the opposing side, destroying some trees in the process. Naruto stopped, causing the other 2 to stop. I don't plan on running from anyone. You plan on fighting like this. Remember, I have full access to your chakras, so don't worry, Kurama. Naruto stood on the tree with a blank face before feeling some tug on his shirt from behind, causing him to turn around. Only to be shocked. He knew the face from anywhere. Teiwa. I finally found you, Naruto-kun. Karen and Yujito got in battle stances before Naruto calmed them down. Naruto noticed the prisoner outfit and how thin she looked, probably from not eating. But he wouldn't press the situation. If you are here, who's with you? Before she can answer, Naruto heard rustling in the bushes, causing him to turn around. When the figure stepped out, it caused him to immediately scowl at the group. Is that really Naruto? Asked Irika. Everyone was shocked and was expecting to see a blonde-hair older Naruto. But no, they was rewarded a black long-hair Naruto that gave off a presence of power. Is that really you, Naruto? Asked Kakashi. Naruto continued to scowl at the group, giving them their answers. Before turning around, giving Teiwa a glare. Before lifting her by the shirt. You set me up, roared Naruto, who was clearly pissed off. Teiwei shook her head negative. It was the only way for us to be together. You didn't even know where I was while I knew where you were the whole time. Did you think I was dead or something? She got a point, said Kurama, causing Naruto to set her down and glare at his old friends. Go home, I have no reason to waste time with you. Naruto, we here to bring you back, you are friend, said Sakura. Friends. Naruto started to chuckle before cackling before turning into a laugh, gaining weird looks. Friends, I was just using you all for my own benefits. I just needed the power to live on my own. Ha, I bet the old pervert didn't know he was talking to a shadow clone the whole time he went searching for Tsunade. Jiraiya frowned at the attitude of his godson. So us as Team 7 meant nothing to you? Asked Sakura, who was getting a bit annoyed. Naruto shook his head negative. Of course it didn't mean anything. Ah, come on Naruto, this all a big joke, let's just go home and grab some ramen, said Iruka, chuckling and scratching the back of his head. Naruto frowned. I hate ramen. Everyone gasped, they thought this would be the last words Naruto would say. I mean, it's the only food they would only serve me in that village, so I did what I did to survive. Naruto, are you doing this simply because of hate for the village? Asked Sasuke. Naruto looked down at his old rival. Ah, Sasuke, what happened to you? You gotten soft. You still playing ninjas with these fools? It's a shame really, if you came with me maybe you could have been strong like me. You letting these leaf ninja hinder your growth? Sasuke frowned at his friend. You stuck in darkness, allow me to save you from it. Naruto laughed, he laughed hard before coughing, causing him to tug on his shirt before coughing out a mouthful of blood, causing him to pant and gain worry looks. Naruto, what's happening to you? Asked Teiwei, worried. Naruto, if you come home Tsunade can heal you, said Kakashi. Naruto looked at Kakashi. Tsunade was the best medic throughout the whole world, but he would not be going back to that shithole. Leader Sama, you don't look so good, said a voice from the shadows. Stepping out was Yutsu. Naruto looked at the small figure before scoffing. I need a new layer of skin and fast before I probably die. It looks like our time was cut short, leaf ninjas, I would have really enjoyed killing you all. Naruto started coughing more and the pain in his chest was unbearable, causing him to wrap an arm around Yujito and Karen's shoulders for support. Naruto, come back, we can get you healed, argued Sasuke, wanting his friend back. Yutsu, deal with them, kill them if needed, said Naruto in a weak voice before jumping off with Karen, Yujito and Teiwei. Damn it, he got away, said Shikamaru. What's going on with Naruto-kun? Asked Hinata to the small figure. As you can clearly see, my leader is sick and is in need of an extra layer of skin to protect his life. A new layer of skin, thought Jiraiya, getting flashbacks of Orochimaru. I have a question, what happened to Orochimaru? Asked Jiraiya. They had passed and also saw the village getting destroyed from afar. Yutsu shrugged his shoulders. I just arrived here so I wouldn't know, but since Leader Sama was in his real body, I'm guessing it was him. Kakashi was about to speak but had to jump away from his position when an arrow landed in the ground he was at. He looked up to see the small figure holding a bow and arrow. When did he pull out a bow? Thought Kakashi. More arrows was launched at the group. When the arrows hit the ground and drilled through the ground, showing how strong and dangerous they were. Manifesting another weapon from his ability, he formed a hammer. The hammer was all black and cartoon looking with a green glow around it. Seems like I'm going to have a lot of fun today, said Yutsu before leaping into the air, hammer aimed at Hinata, ready to crack her skull open. XXXXXXXXXX. Chapter 7, A New Jinchuriki. Naruto stared at the blood on the hard ground. He was on all fours in the chambers. He ordered Teiwei and Karen to take him while Yujito settled in a hotel. Standing in front of him was Makima with a blank expression. She kneeled and stared him in the face. How long have you been in this form? 4. Naruto shrugged. He didn't know, but what he did know, he needed medical help ASAP. Makima looked at the two girls standing behind Naruto. Can you two please leave? The two nodded, giving the two some time alone. Makima stood up and turned around, preparing the machine. You know you going die if you keep this up. Naruto tried standing up just to fall back into the ground. You really need a cure for your disease. Yeah, no. Naruto stared at the ceiling, thinking about what Kakashi said when he said Tsunade can heal him. Naruto just squeezed his eyes shut and clenched his fist. Send a report to the Hidden Leaf village to the Hokage asking for any medicine and tell them the disease. Makima walked over to Naruto before removing his shirt and staring at a face on Naruto's chest. It was a white face Naruto used someone's cells to inject into him. You still haven't told me who's the man on your chest. Naruto moved a hand to his chest touching it. His name is Ahina Uzumaki. He's the former clan leader to my clan, the same man who rivaled Madara Uchiha and Hashirama Senju. By using his cells I gained triple the amount of chakra I had before and a better regenerate power than before. But I doubt I can regenerate from this disease, he said as he touched Makima's face. I don't want to die before having a kid with you, Yano. Makima smiled down at him before removing his pants, leaving him in boxers. Before grabbing shorts and putting them on him. You know it's embarrassing having someone undress me and dress me. Makima lifted him up before putting him in a tank and closing the clear door. This should only take 2 days, said Makima as she was tapping on buttons before the machine started to fill up with pink liquid that wouldn't enter his lungs so he wouldn't drown. I'm really looking forward to seeing how you would look after this. Naruto gave her a smile before falling unconscious. Makima stared at her lover before rubbing her stomach. I wonder how it would feel to have a kid of my own, thought Makima as she left the chambers. XXXXXXXXXX. In Konoha stood the team Tsunade sent to retrieve Naruto in the Hokage office. Tsunade was constantly pacing around, unable to deal with the loss of getting Naruto back. Nobody dared to say a word, not wanting to suffer her wrath. Stopping at her chair, she sat down and took in multiple deep breaths. Not only did we lose Naruto, we lost Teiwa. Kakashi nodded his head. I knew she would try and pull something off like that, said Jiraiya. Not only that, but Naruto is infected with some disease. She received nods which made her drop her head on the table. Everyone just leave, said Tsunade, who was obviously sad by the tone of her voice. Everyone left with down expression, going back home or to tell friends about the mission. Everyone left but Jiraiya. Tsunade looked up and stared at the white hair pervert. Jiraiya, I'm in that mood right now. Jiraiya looked up. For a drink. All he received was a nod before being dragged out the room by Tsunade. Somewhere in the Leaf Underground was Danzo sitting in his chair. His umbu didn't report, but the team Tsunade sent did. It only meant one thing: they died or was captured. Danzo frowned before signaling to umbu. I want you to search for the umbus I sent on that mission. He received 2 nods before they left in a shunshin. Somewhere else was Sasuke in his house staring at the picture frame of Team 7, more importantly his friend Naruto. Seeing his friend in such a long time just to see he wasn't the bright blonde he remembered saddened him. Not to bring up the fact he was dying. All he can do now was remember when they argue, fought and laughed together, probably the last time they ever would bound together. Thinking of it hurt him even more. Somewhere else sat Shikamaru in his bed, only thinking about the recent mission he was on. More importantly, his friend Naruto. When he saw him, he couldn't help be disappointed in his former friend. He couldn't help think back when he was coughing and tugging on his shirt. He saw something white on his chest and it looked like a face, but he couldn't prove it because he couldn't get a better look. He also wondered where Naruto stayed at. If he'd been able to go under the radar for so long, he only wondered where he lived at. 2 days later. Naruto's eyes opened as the water started to sink down where he was able to move. Opening the door, he stepped out where the water dripped to the ground. He grabbed a towel from the side, drying himself off before putting on a fresh pair of clothes. A high-collar white button-up shirt and white pants. He had long waist-length light blue curly long hair. The front of his hair covered his forehead, white 2 long bangs fell down the side of his head touching his chest. His bright blue eyes glowed up the dark room. In all words, he looked beautiful, almost looking like a girl. That's how beautiful he looked. He was gorgeous, thought Naruto to himself before noticing how there wasn't any shinobi sandals for him, so he had to walk on the dirty floor, taking an elevator to the top of the office. When he stepped out, he noticed some people coming out the office giving him weird looks to seeing a new face. Don't worry, I'm memma. They wouldn't have believed him if it wasn't for the voice. They knew about their leader changing appearance, but some didn't believe it, never seeing it happen. Go relay this message to everyone. The group nodded before leaving to go spread the news. Naruto stepped inside the office to see Makima and Taejon standing there. So how do I look? Said Naruto as he gave them a 360. I would have mistaken you for a girl. Let's just hope you still have what makes you a man. Giggle Makima. Naruto looked to see Taejeon reaction to receive a thumbs up. Did Yatsu ever tell you he brought back your family scrolls? Naruto shook his head negative. Well, it's on the bed and that Teiwei girl is in there as well. Amakama, don't be like that, I did promise her years back ago. You would have to get used to sharing, besides you may enjoy having an extra person in bed. Said Naruto, leaving a fluster Makama in the office while he entered the room. There he saw Teiwei sitting in a chair and his family scrolls on the bed. Greetings Teiwei. You know, if it wasn't for the mark I wouldn't believe it was you. Naruto chuckled before sitting on his bed and digging through the scrolls. It was a lot. He wondered if Makama slept in the other house due to the scrolls. Did you sleep here? Teiwei nodded. Did you eat today? Teiwei looked at him confused. What do you mean? Naruto sighed. I notice how fragile you was. You haven't been eating much, were you? Teiwei frowned. Sometimes they wouldn't even feed me for a few days. Naruto clenched his scrolls harder before stopping in case he damaged them. Well, you safe now as long as you with me, said Naruto as he started to open his scrolls and started to read what his family left him. It took him all day to read through some of the scrolls, which he wasn't even halfway done. He would have used clones, but this was from his parents, something special, and wanted to read it himself. Now we see our favorite ninja waking up in the middle of the bed with two pretty females on each of his sides. The two girls went as far as to playing tug of war with him to feel his warmth. Good thing a fight hadn't broken out. Naruto sat up as the two redheads clung onto his arm tighter. Naruto laid back down, knowing he wasn't getting out the bed until the two was up. But couldn't help but smile as he knew he was the luckiest guy on earth with the two most beautiful girls. I love you both, said Naruto to the two girls. A couple hours later the two girls woke up. Makama in a long black shirt covering her body, while Teiwei wore a blue crop top and panties. You two finally up, said Naruto, and he hugged the two closer to himself, making both girls lean their head on his shoulder. You know, when I deal with Akatsuki, I really want to start a family. I already came up with around 100 names. Both girls flushed dark red. Sitting up, Naruto removed the blankets and got out of bed. Walking over to the closet, he started to get dressed, putting on black armor with black metal plates, giving him an appearance of a knight. Where are you going? Asked Makama, really not in the mood to take over as the head of the village. I'm going home. In a scroll my mom left me, I have a home called Hozashiagakuer. I really want to check it on. Makama sighed but wouldn't complain. When will you be back? Naruto shrugged. Depending on what's there and if I run into trouble. Waving the two girls off, Naruto left the room, making his way out the mansion before leaving the village. XXXXXXXXXXX. In the Akatsuki hideout stood the Akatsuki members waiting for Zetsu to report in on his mission. Zetsu looked at everyone before speaking. After going back to the fight side Haiden and Kakuzu took place, I did some searching and I found a string of black hair. What can black hair do us? Asked Sasori. Well, as you know, hair attracts DNA, if I use it I can figure out who this person is. Everyone nodded in realization. All I need is to find some stuff to get the DNA out of the string of hair. Let's just hope it's not Kakuzu, said Zetsu. XXXXXXXXXXX. Naruto dashed through the trees on his way to Hozashiagakuer, before something huge caught his eyes in the ocean. Naruto eyes widened at the sight. Kurama, is that? Yes kid, that's a baijuyo. Naruto narrowed his eyes at the three-tailed baijuyo in the water. I can't just leave it here, then Akatsuki would take it. But I don't have anything to seal it in. Damn it Kurama, what do I do? Try approaching it and talking to it. Naruto nodded before jumping off the tree into the water, using chakra to stick to the surface. He ran over to the beast before being a few feet away from it. Oi baijuyo dash dot. That was as far Naruto went before a huge wave of water was sent towards him. Putting his arms in front of him as defense, it was useless as he was swept by the huge wave. Naruto skid on the water, coughed up some water in the process. He stood up and looked at the beast. I guess talking won't work, thought Naruto before thinking up plans to fight the baijuyo. Opening his eyes, he stared at the baijuyo before dark red chakra surrounding him, giving him an aura. Both his eyes turning red with no pupils. I guess I have to use Sage Mode, said Naruto before summoning a hawk and flying on it. The hawk made a screeching noise flying towards the baijuyo. On top of the hawk, Naruto prepared his jutsu. Doing hand signs for the jutsu, the water erupted and formed a shark. Water shark bomb jutsu, yelled Naruto, adding lighting to the water, stunning the Baijuyo. The stun didn't last long because the Baijuyo shot a huge water ball out at mouth at Naruto, causing him to leap off the hawk, sending it back to the summoning world. Dodging the gigantic water ball, the Isobu sent multiple water balls at Naruto, though it was smaller. Shooting out multiple fireballs to counter the water balls, Naruto came crashing down on the Isobu, punching it in the head, causing a huge shockwave. Naruto froze in air before his eyes widened as all the bones in his fingers snapped like a twig. Naruto yelled out in pain before falling down in the ocean. Unknown to him, the Isobu did the same thing before head-butting him out the water, launching him 80 feet into the air. Naruto's eyes grew wider from the pain, him no longer bearing the red eyes he had, instead his whole eyes was white from the pain. Chakra formed in the Isobu mouth before launching a Baijuyo Dama at the airborne Uzumaki, swallowing him whole, causing a huge explosion in the sky that caught a black-haired teen attention. This teen was known as Sasuke, was jumping through the trees on the search for resources by himself. Multiple people was sent outside the village by themselves to gather the most resources as possible. Sasuke's eyes widened at the explosion and looked at the water. His eyes widened even more, seeing a Baijuyo. A figure caught his eyes as he dropped down from the sky into the water. Thinking he chose to do something risky, he went towards the Baijuyo, planning on helping the guy that's if he wasn't dead. Standing on the water, he struck the water with electricity, shocking the Isobu. Diving in the water, Sasuke searched for the body. There he saw a white-haired teen sinking down into the bottom of the ocean. Going deeper, he reached for the teen before pulling him out the water. He noticed his armor plates was gone, but his shirt still seemed intact. He watched as the body shook before coughing up water and sitting up. Naruto got onto his knees, coughing up the water until he felt someone patting his back. "Are you all right?" Naruto's eyes widened from the familiar voice and looked up, seeing Sasuke. He quickly stood up and swiped his hand off his back. "Sasuke, what are you doing here?" Sasuke looked at him puzzled. "How come you know my name?" Naruto stared at him before realization kicked in. He was in a new form. "I'm in a new form, that's why you don't recognize me." Sasuke was still confused. "Are you Orochimaru?" Before pulling out his sword. "I'm Naruto, dumbass," yelled Naruto, causing Sasuke to stare at him. Before his eyes widened, "And Naruto, what are you doing here fighting this thing?" "I ran into on my way to somewhere else. But now that you here, I have a plan." Sasuke leaned his head to the side. "What plan?" "Knowing that you can't kill a Baijuyo, it must be sealed." Looking over to Sasuke, he spoke. "I plan on sealing this thing into you." Sasuke looked at him shocked before questioning him. "Do you really think I'm going to let that happen?" Naruto shrugged. "It would push back Akatsuki plans and they won't even know who holds the Isobu. Not only this, you should be thanking me. You being a Uchiha should be able to control its power at will." Sasuke pondered this. It would make him stronger holding a Baijuyo in him, but didn't like the sound of controlling it. Sighing in defeat, Sasuke nodded his head and stood side by side with Naruto as the Isobu was no longer stunned. "Watch out for a Baijuyo Dama, that shit hurts like hell. The only reason I say I'm still standing is because I took one from the fox." Sasuke was shocked but amazed at Naruto's durability, but nodded. "I suggest using water and lightning jutsu against him. Do you have any in your arsenal, Sasuke?" "I have one super strong lighting attack, stronger than Chidori. I just need time to charge it." Naruto gave him a nod before dashing off towards the Baijuyo. Sasuke jumping some distance back and raising his hand into the sky. Making the hand seal that made him famous, Naruto created a barrage of clones. 9 clones including him jump into the air while 1 clone stay on the water for bait. The clone got punched, destroying the whole body before turning into smoke. 9 big blue balls formed in Naruto and the clone's hand. "Giant Raise-Non barrage!" yelled the Narutos as they slammed the Raise-Nons onto the Isobu. The Isobu yelled in pain before devolve into water, causing the Narutos to slam into the water, causing a huge explosion and the water to create multiple huge waves. Due to this, a wave knocked Sasuke off balance, causing him to cancel the jutsu. Water flew into the air, making it seem as it was raining. Swimming above the surface, Naruto climbed out the water and turned around. There he saw the Isobu with his red eyes glaring daggers at him. Naruto sighed before yelling and punching the water, sending was wave of water at the Baijuyo. Before running off in an opposite direction, the Isobu following. It was a chase that Sasuke saw going down and started to focus on his jutsu. Running with super speed, Naruto felt a wave hit him, causing him to lose balance and jump into the air. Naruto saw the Baijuyo and prepared his jutsu. Hey! Yelling at the Baijuyo, Naruto shot the biggest fire dragon jutsu to date at the Baijuyo. but it wasn't effective as he was punched in the arm he used to defend himself. The Baijuyo cracked his arm. No, he ripped the whole arm off, sending Naruto crashing into a wall of rocks. Naruto slowly stood up and watched as his arm reformed thanks to Ashino Uzumaki cells in his body. But that left a rib sleeve revealing an all-white arm. Looking up he saw multiple huge water balls coming his way. Like a Hyuga would do, he shot Kuwabai chakra out every part of his body, using it as shield, blocking the attacks. When the smoke cleared, Naruto stared into the eyes of a pissed-off Baijuyo. It let out a roar. The roar so heavy Naruto tried to use chakra into his feet to stick to the ground, but it was useless as he was sent through the rock wall. Naruto laid on the ground and coughed. He slowly sat up and felt the ground rumble. A huge stream of water shot him in the air, the water pressure so strong it shot through his back, through his stomach. Naruto spat out blood and saw his vision began to blur for a second until the hole in his stomach reattached itself. Turning his body in mid-air, he saw the Baijuyo lifting a rock platform in the air before tossing it at him. "Sasuke, where the fuck you at?" thought Naruto as the huge rock slammed into him, causing the rock to crack into small pieces and drop into the water, creating clones. The clones caught Naruto, tossing him in the air. "Wind-style Raisin Shuriken!" yelled Naruto as he launched the jutsu at the Baijuyo. Naruto watched as he roared in pain before gathering a Baijuyo Dama in its mouth again. "Kurama, what now?" asked Naruto to his furry friend. "I say use KCM and use a raise non-Baijuyo Dama and trying pushing it back." Listening to his friend, a gold aura surrounded Naruto as he dashed towards to beast. A purple mini raise non aimed at the large Baijuyo Dama. The two contacted, but due to Kuwabai having more chakra and this was its complete form, it overpowered the Isabu Baijuyo Dama, sending it back at him as it exploded in its face. The KCM mode dispersed from Naruto as he fell into the water, hearing a electricity and a roar. Before hearing a loud impact, Naruto opened his eyes and looked at the now defeated unconscious Isabu. Groaning, he shut his eyes before opening them, seeing Sasuke standing above him, reaching out for him. Taking his hand, he stood up and looked at the unconscious Isabu. "Now it's time to do the sealing." Sasuke nodded and prepared for the process. Doing hand seals, Naruto started to suck the chakra out of Isabu and putting it into Sasuke. Each second the Isabu sunk in size as Sasuke screamed out in pain. The process was done. Sasuke now had the Isabu, the three tails, sealed inside of him. He was now a Jinchuriki. Naruto panted and looked over to Sasuke, who seemed to be panting as well. "So Sasuke, tell me why you was out here alone. You must haven't heard. Iwa and Konoha is on the brink of war. I was sent to gather as much resources as possible." This caught Naruto by surprise, but he didn't show it. "Why is that? Iwa gotten more confident to take on Konoha and Ste want revenge on Konoha for what we did in the last Shinobi War. They also want our resources. Like money, food, jutsus, and land." Naruto nodded. "I wish you the best of luck," said Naruto before vanishing into thin air, not leaving a trace he was there. XXXXXXXXXXX. Chapter 8, Rain Village. Rushing back to the village was Sasuke. It'd been a couple hours since meeting Naruto and also becoming a Jinchuriki. There he saw the gates to the village. He smiled, finally home. Entering the village, Sasuke immediately went to the Hokage office. Entering the room, he saw Tsunade and her assistant Chizun. He also saw an old crippled man with bandages. He knew this man as Danzo. He was leaving the office. Stepping inside the office, Sasuke walked up to the table before catching his breath. "So do you have the resources I told you to get?" asked Tsunade, looking up at the boy. Sasuke nodded his head, placing the scrolls on the table. "I have something important to tell you, Hokage-sama." Tsunade glanced at Sasuke and ordered him to speak. "On my mission I came across Naruto." As soon as he said those two words, the door opened and step in was a Hinata, who heard Naruto. Tsunade stood up and slammed her palms on the table. "Tell me everything," said Tsunade. "Tsunade-sama, please calm down," said Shizun, trying calm down her leader. Tsunade sat in her chair and folded her arms below her chest. Before glancing at the approaching Hinata, who was back from a mission, Sasuke continued talking. "Please." Hinata sat the scrolls on the table before standing off to the side and listening to the conversation. Sasuke nodded before continuing to speak. "When I was on my way looking for the materials I was sent to collect, I saw a huge explosion in the ocean side. Naruto was fighting a tail beast known as the tree-tailed Isabu." Everyone gasped. Tsunade inching closer to Sasuke. Is Naruto okay? Said Tsunade pulling on Sasuke's shirt. Yeah, we managed to defeat the Isabu. Everyone sighed in relief. So where's Naruto now? Asked Hinata. Sasuke shrugged. He vanished before I can say any more. Wait, how did you manage to defeat the Isabu? You can't defeat a Baijuyu, you must see dash dot. Wait a minute, what happened to the Isabu? Asked Tsunade, curiosity in her voice. I was going to say that until you interrupted me. I was going to say Naruto sealed the beast inside of me. It was a smart move, not only pushing Akatsuki plans back by them not knowing the location of the Isabu, but it also made me stronger. What sealing did Naruto use? I have no clue, I'm guessing it was his own type of sealing jutsu. Can you talk to the thing? Asked Tsunade, curious. I was going to try when I got home and see if we on good terms, most likely not. XXXXXXXXXXX. Naruto stood on a tree looking forward. There he saw an island in the location his mom talked about. It was surrounded with huge waves, almost making it impossible to enter. Now how the hell am I supposed to reach that? Thought Naruto before smacking himself. Summoning his hawk, he flew high into the sky towards the island. The closer he got, the more destroyed the island seemed to be. Holy shit, I wonder who could have did this. Reaching the island, he dropped down and took a look at his destroyed home. Almost every building was half destroyed or completely destroyed. Tall buildings was leaned over, tilted as if he was about to snap in half. Naruto would have continued scanning the area, but he sensed an unfamiliar chakra signature, causing him to look into the sky where he saw a white bird. It was no ordinary bird, as it was huge and he saw a figure standing on it. Getting back on his summoning animal, he flew into the sky and approached the unknown person. When he came face to face, he saw the Akatsuki cloak and one man with blonde hair that would have tricked people into thinking he was a girl. Akatsuki, what business do you have here? Growled out Naruto. Deidara rose his hands in defense. Let's calm down here. I'm no Akatsuki. Replied Deidara, a bead of sweat rolling down his face. Your outfit says otherwise. It's the only thing I have to wear in this weather. Naruto looked at him, curious. He was no fool. So what are you doing here? I was looking for a place to hide from Akatsuki. Seeing this is far from the elemental nations, I thought this would be a good place. Hiding? Questioned Naruto. Yeah, you see, I'm hiding from Akatsuki because I abandoned the group. If you abandon Akatsuki, you are an immediate threat to the organization because you know too much. So why did you leave? Questioned Naruto. Because Akatsuki isn't for me, plus the group isn't my type of people. Besides, I was forced into joining that group. It's not like I wanted to be a part of it. I don't know if I can trust you. Naruto put a finger to his chin before coming up with a good question. If you really aren't a part of Akatsuki, where is your former leader located? Ah, that's easy. He stays in a megakuru known as Rai Village. That's also where our hideout is located. Ah, so it seems like you really aren't part of Akatsuki. Okay. Tell me, what's his abilities? I don't know, really, nobody knows his abilities, but I do know he have purple ripple type eyes. It can be a dojutsu, but I don't know. Purple eyes. Thought Naruto to himself. Kid, I know those eyes belong to the Sage of Six Paths. It's called the Rinnegan. Sage of Six Paths? Questioned Naruto to Kurama. Yes, the Sage of Six Paths, the same man who created me and the other tailed beast. He's the same person, the founder of the Uzumaki, Uchiha, and Senju clan. If you have the blood of all three clans, you can obtain the Rinnegan. I thought I never see it again. Wow, so if I'm Uzumaki, all I need is Uchiha and Senju blood to obtain that. Yes, but I have no clue where you will get Senju DNA and Uchiha since both clans are wiped out. I mean, Tsunade is a girl. No, don't think about getting her pregnant. Plus she's too old to have kids. Yeah, but she have a young body, she should be able to produce kids. Even if she could, you think she's going sleep in a bed with you in your dreams, brat? Snapping out his conversation with Kurama, he looked at the blonde. I would kill you for invading my clan home without permission, but you gave me valuable information. For that you can stay here and help rebuild this place if you want to live here. But I'm off to a megakure and go meet with that leader of your. Deidara nodded. By the way, the name Deidara, said Deidara as he watched the white-haired teen fly off. XXXXXXXXXXX. Sasuke sat on his bed meditating. He was trying to get in contact with his Baijuyu, but it wouldn't work. It's not like anyone here in Konoha was a Jinchuriki, only if Naruto was here. Damn it, Naruto, you sealed this thing in me without even telling me how to contact it. Sasuke punched his pillow in anger before trying again. Sasuke felt himself falling unconscious until he woke up in coral-like castle. He looked around and noticed he was surrounded in a huge body of water. There he saw the three-tailed Baijuyo floating in the water. He calmly walked over to the Baijuyo, showing he wasn't there to threaten it. "I've finally been able to get in contact with you, Isabu." Isabu growled, "What do you want, brat? I came to talk with you." "You really think I want to talk to someone I just got sealed in? You don't understand the reason of our actions." "What is there to understand?" roared the beast. "It was to help us both by protecting you and helping me. You think I need protection, and being sealed away don't seem like protecting. Have you ever heard of an organization named Akatsuki? I've been dead for a couple of years, I just came back." "Oh," was Sasuke's only reply. "Well, this group called Akatsuki is an organization with S-rank criminals with one main purpose. It's to capture all the Baijuyo, and what they will do with it is anybody's idea. So sealing you inside of me was to push back their plans by a lot, because they won't know the location of you. So do you understand our reasoning into sealing you in me?" Isabu scowled at the boy. "You don't think I can handle myself against mortals? Seeing that they capture stronger Baijus than you, then no." Isabu growled before sighing in frustration. "Let me guess, you going treat me like some weapon? You don't sound much different from these Akatsuki guys." Sasuke shook his head negative, gaining a surprised look from the Baijuyo. "All I request is your help by lending me your power when I need it. I won't control you like some mindless tool." Isabu pondered the idea before making his own obligation. "All right, only if you grant me more freedom." Sasuke nodded his head before he was kicked out the mindscape. He opened his eyes and noticed he was in his room. "I've gained the ability to communicate in your head with a mental link, and I'm able to see through your vision." "All right, that don't sound so bad, doesn't it?" Sasuke heard knocking on his door before walking to the door and opening it. Standing in front of him was his teammate Sakura. "Sakura, what do you want?" "All of our friends wanted to know if you wanted to hang out." Sasuke pondered the thought before coming to a conclusion. "Sure, I guess it's boring anyways." XXXXXXXXXXX. When Naruto reached Omegakure, it was nighttime. He also noticed it never stopped raining. It was like endless rain. This was definitely how it got its name. He walked around the village before stopping at a weird shop. Entering the shop, immediately frowned. "Jiraiya, what are you doing here?" Jiraiya, who was disguised, looked at the teen strange. He also pondered who this was and how did he know he was a Jiraiya. Was he a threat? "You must got the wrong person, son," said Jiraiya, playing up to his role. "Jiraiya, I know it's you, cut that stupid act," said Naruto, walking up to the counter, ripping off the fake mustache. Jiraiya undid his transformation jutsu and looked at the teen confused. "Who are you? I don't think we met before." "Of course you won't recognize I changed my identity. It's Naruto, you idiot." Jiraiya eyes widened. "Naruto, what are you doing in Omegakure?" asked Jiraiya, suspicious. "I was here to find the leader of Akatsuki to take him down." "I was also here to find the leader of Akatsuki." The two would have continued their conversation, but two Omegakure shinobis walked in giggling. Acting on sight, Naruto flung two konaos into both of the Omegakure shinobi knees, making them drop to one knee. The two men looked up and glared at the brat who did this to them while holding their knee. The two glares instantly stopped when they felt cold metal against their neck. Two shadow clones stood behind them with a konao threatened at their neck. "Tell me about your leader or die," said Naruto. "We won't talk," argued back one of the ninjas. "I got this, Naruto," said Jiraiya as he turned the place into a frog mouth which stuck the two Omegakure ninjas in the ground. Walking up to one of them, he started to tickle them with a feather. Naruto sighed in annoyance, watching Jiraiya do his worst at trying get intel from them. "I won't talk," giggled out the ninja. "Oh, you want?" Jiraiya put his palm on the ninja forehead before transforming the ninja into a toad. "Now you talk," said Jiraiya to the other ninja. "He lives in the highest tower, that's what some people say." Naruto and Jiraiya looked at him confused. "What do you mean, what some people say?" "Well, nobody really seen Pain. Some people don't really believe he exists. In this village, Lord Pain is considered a god." Naruto scoffed at that claim. "God, my ass." Hold, Naruto, let him cook," said Jiraiya. "Aren't y'all in a civil war?" questioned Jiraiya. The man shook his head. "Truth be told, the civil war ended a long time ago. said the men, causing Jiraiya's eyes to widen. Hanzo surrounded himself in bodyguards 24/7. But unfortunately for him, leader Pain defeated him with such ease. Jiraiya's eyes widened and was too stunned to speak. "Who is this Hanzo guy?" asked Naruto. Jiraiya sighed. "Hanzo was a tough person me. Tsunade and Orochimaru failed to defeat during the Second Shinobi World War. He's the one who gave us the title Legendary Sannin. So this Pain guy must be strong to take down this Hanzo guy with such ease you three failed to do in your prime. As expected from a Akatsuki leader. Alright, that's enough information on this Pain guy. I say we transform into these guys and look for him," said Naruto. Jiraiya nodded, the two transforming into the Omegakure ninjas before leaving the toad mouth. The toad mouth shrunk until a blue toad appeared. The blue toad leaving in a poof of smoke. Naruto noticed as the sky cleared up. The two walk until the was surrounded by paper. "Fire style, flame bomb," said Jiraiya, shooting it at the paper. The paper flew back until forming in a blue hair girl. Jiraiya noticed the girl was Konan. "I thought you all had died. I never would have guessed you could turn into sheets of paper. Who is this woman, Jiraiya?" asked Naruto before the two transform into their normal selves. "She's an old student of mine's." Paper wings grew from Konan back before shooting dozens of paper kunous. Naruto blew them all away with a gush of wind. "Toad oil bomb!" yelled Jiraiya as oil flew on Konan. "What happened to the others?" asked Jiraiya. "Why do you cut out here for?" "To kill you people, of course," said Naruto. A wall behind Konan broke and a crab shot out. The crab shot out a huge gush of water, flooding the area, causing Naruto and Jiraiya to leap on the wall. The crab launched itself at the two before Naruto shoved a mini raisin at it, causing it to poof. Jiraiya's hair grew longer and wilder before a mouth made out of his hair shot out at the orange hair girl wrapping around her. "Nagato, I want to ask you some questions. What happened to the Yahiko? Sensei, you are still merely a man. Yes, I've grown from a man to a god. And since I'm a god, all my words and thoughts became absolute. And being a god, I realize there are things I can do that mortal man cannot even dream of. If that's your goal, why are you gathering up all of the tailed beast?" asked Jiraiya. "That doesn't matter because you about to die anyway. But if you really would like to know, I'm going to create a massive weapon of mass destruction that can destroy entire nations. So everyone could understand pain. You want to teach the world pain so it can grow up, is that it? You really believe that this is your mission?" The hair surrounding pain shot spikes into the body before it was shown to be a log. "Over here, Jiraiya-sensei. If I were you, I wouldn't tell your opponent your location," said Naruto from above, diving in for a kick. But he slipped off a green animal back onto Jiraiya's summoning toad. He didn't even know Jiraiya nor this Pain guy did a summoning. Naruto turned around before summoning his hawk and standing on top of it. "What a foolish child," said Pain as him and his summoning animal camouflage invisible. "I'm using Honori Sage mode, so buy me some time," said Jiraiya as he created a barrier around them. Using stage 1 of his Sage mode, Naruto felt a presence above. Looking up, he saw a dog. Mud style, mud clumber. The dog was choked by the neck by a rocky chain that stuck it to the wall. The dog started to unroll as an extra head appeared. "Disgusting, I should get rid of you," yelled Naruto as he shoved a raisin into the two-headed dog, crashing into a wall. Multiple more heads appear before running around. The toad Jiraiya stood on, leap into the sky, climbing onto multiple of the tall structures to find escape the dogs. When they landed, they noticed the five-headed dog found them. "They have a one-track mind," said Jiraiya as the dog rushed them. 4 heads separated, making 5 dogs running towards them. Leaping in the air, the toad dodged the dog's attack. "Fire style, flame gatsu," yelled Naruto from above. "Shoot a hot stream of fire that covered the whole area where the dogs stood." Naruto looked towards Pain, who stood there passively. "Is that all for the so-called god? Is it?" questioned Pain before Naruto heard a loud screeching noise. Turning around, Naruto saw a huge ass bird flying towards him, causing him to leap off his summoning while it got stabbed by the bird beak. Landing on the ground, the bird began to drop beam bombs, causing Jiraiya Toad to block one. But multiple more flew down, causing it to go back to the summoning world. Both Jiraiya ran and dodged the multiple green bombs that was aimed down on them. Turning around, Naruto pulled out his sword before adding winding chakras, slicing up at the bird, cutting the head off, causing it to poof. "I tell you, it's like one thing after another," said Jiraiya. Have you noticed all the animals have the Rinnegan? Jiraiya nodded. It must be one of his abilities. The two heard loud footsteps before the wall crash behind them, causing the two to leap and see a rhino. As fast as it came it left due to it being smashed by Jiraiya Toad. Another rhino appeared which slammed into both Naruto and Jiraiya, slamming them inside a wall. Grabbing the rhino fur, Naruto created a raise-non that blew in the rhino face, killing it. Pain looked down at the tunnel both Jiraiya and that boy was slammed into as he saw Jiraiya and the boy walk out. He noticed the two frogs on Jiraiya's shoulders and the change in his appearance. Still unable to see Pain, the two toads combined their jutsu on camouflage Pain and killing his summoning by slicing it in half with water. So Jiraiya, is that your sage mode? Asked Naruto. Jiraiya and the two toads looked over to Naruto. Yes, it's incomplete. I believe you could have achieved it if you never broke the contract with the toads. So this is your former student? Asked Fukuseku. Yeah, but I have my own sage mode, you know. I'm using it right now only, though this is only the first stage to it. Jiraiya noticed the red pupil-less eyes before turning his attention on Pain. Two Pain clones dropped down next to Pain having the same Rinnegan. Two other people with the same Rinnegan, said Jiraiya. The female Pain rushed towards Naruto but was kicked in the face with a high heel kick. Sage art, phantom boiling oil, yelled Jiraiya as he shot fire out his mouth while the two other toads shot oil and wind out their mouth. The jutsu was launched at Pain but the big ugly guy put his palm in front of him, absorbing the jutsu. Jiraiya and Naruto noticed the jutsu had no effect. Jumping in the air, Jiraiya formed a raise-non. Massive raise-non, yelled Jiraiya at the three Pains. The female Pain appeared behind Jiraiya but received a punch in the face by Naruto. Pain and the ugly Pain leaped out the way off Jiraiya attack, causing Jiraiya to slam into the ground. Turning around, Jiraiya got on all fours and shot multiple fast needles at Pain from his hair. Shinra Tensei, called out Pain, cancelling the attack. He blocked my attacks not once but twice, thought Jiraiya. That's it, Jiraiya boy, it's their eyes, it's all connected, said Pa, causing Jiraiya and Naruto eyes to widen. Naruto, grab onto my back. Doing as he said, the two vanish. He left into the pipes, thought Pain. Why are we retreating? Asked Naruto. We need to split them up, replied Jiraiya. Yes, we need to split them up. All three share the same vision as one, which mean it would be hard to fight them together. Ninjutsu and taijutsu is useless. That mean genjutsu is best suited. Finish Pa. But you guys are good at using genjutsu. Yeah, with that sound thing, said Ma as they came across the three Pains. The big guy shot out the fire he absorbed back at Naruto and Jiraiya. Fireball jutsu, yelled Naruto, cancelling the jutsu. Leaping in the air, Jiraiya kicked the female Pain in the rib, causing her to crash into the wall. All of a sudden all three Pains was trapped in a cube in water. They was under a genjutsu. Now none of your bodies can move, said Jiraiya. In the real world, Naruto and Jiraiya walked through the tunnel before a bald-head man appeared behind Naruto, causing an explosion. The explosion sent Naruto crashing into Jiraiya through the wall. The two skid on the water outside of the building. Naruto, your arm, yelled Jiraiya. I'm fine, said Naruto as his arm grew back to Jiraiya and the toad's amazement. Jiraiya noticed Naruto's arm was all white and easily knew he had someone's cells injected into him. Flew out the hole was six Pains who landed on a rock looking down at Jiraiya and Naruto. Now it's six of them, said Jiraiya. Jiraiya's eyes soon widened. He noticed he fought them all in battle before. You two going die here, said Pain in the Yahiko body. Naruto sighed before he chuckled. I haven't used stage 2 of my Sage mode in a while, but I guess it's time I use that. A rocket shot towards Naruto and Jiraiya, but a red chakra ball surrounded the two, blocking the explosion. During to Naruto being inside the chakra ball, he begun to go through a change. Dark energy wash over the group before the red chakra expanded and expanded until it vanished. Standing on the water was Naruto in his stage 2 Sage mode. His shirt ripped off, turning his chest and arms all black with red stripes up to his neck. Bloodshot red eyes, ripped black pants at the ankle. He wore no shoes, just like Jiraiya, as his feet was all black. His white hair waved through the wind as a black staff formed in his hand. Jiraiya and the toads was amazed at the appearance, but Pain seemed to be unfazed. You should feel honored to see this form, said Naruto. When he talked, his voice echoed even though he wasn't in a close area. All four Pains rushed towards Naruto. Come, was Naruto only reply. As he rushed to the pains. As he clotheslined the first two pains, crushing their throats. As they drop on the water. Running towards the other two pains, Naruto leap in the air as he spun his staff. Slamming it in one of the pain's face, sending him flying as he skidded against the water like a rock. He slammed his staff in the female pain rib before vanishing all around the pain, slamming his staff in all vital areas. Before sticking the staff into the pain's stomach. While the pain was stuck on the staff, Naruto spun the staff around before tossing the corpse off into a pain that tried to get up. Rushing forward, Jiraiya tried another Rasengan on that bigger pain, but it was absorbed again. Using this as an advantage, Naruto appeared below Jiraiya, slamming his Rasengan, dark red Rasengan, in the pain gut, knowing he would have to wait a few seconds before using that ability again. Turning around, Jiraiya and Naruto looked at the last remaining pain. Wait, wasn't there another one? Said Naruto as a rocket shot through his back into his stomach, sending him flying as it blew up inside of him. Naruto! Yelled Jiraiya before he felt himself being pulled towards pain. Getting caught by the throat, he was slammed into the ground. Underwater, the real Naruto grabbed the pain with the rock feet, dragging him down below. Grabbing the pain ankle, Naruto snapped them like twigs before slamming him on the ground under the water. Forming a mini ration shuriken, he cut of the pain head, killing it for a second time. Reaching the surface, he noticed he saw 5 pains and Jiraiya stabbed with rods. Standing on the water, a black ration shuriken form and tossed it at the group. All the pains jump and dodge, but that's what Naruto wanted, as to retrieve Jiraiya. He saw that Jiraiya was badly wounded and removed the chakra rods that was stealing his chakra. You okay, Jiraiya? Yeah, I felt my chakras slipping. I'm glad you here, kid. If you weren't, I would have been dead. Making a realm hand sign, Naruto cancel his sage mode. His appeal went back to normal, leaving him without shoes and a shirt. Did you run out, kid? Asked Jiraiya. No, but if I want to defeat all them, I need to be faster and kill them faster so they don't get back up. A yellow aura surrounded Naruto before he started to glow yellow. Pain narrowed his eyes at the technique. What is that? Asked Jiraiya. This what happens when me and the Kyuubi have a tight bond. Pain eyes widened. This was the Kyuubi Jinchuriki he was fighting. In this form, I'm the fastest man alive. Said Naruto as he vanished in a burst off speed and shoved a Rasengan in the girl Pain's stomach, ripping through her insides, killing her. In another burst of speed, he appeared in front of the Pain, who absorbs jutsu. Grabbing his arms and slamming his feet in his face, he pulled as hard as he can, ripping the Pain arms off. As the Pain tried to run away, he threw the arm back at his head so fast and hard it ripped through his head. He saw another Pain flying towards him. Slamming the Rasengan on his back, he instantly killed him. The real Pain saw this as a threat, as he was the only one alive. Planetary devastation! Yelled Pain as rocks from the ground pick up and started to trap Naruto. When it was finished, a gigantic rock floated in the sky holding Naruto. Pain panted before looking over at Jiraiya. Now that your friend of yours is taken care of, you next. Said Pain as he walked over to Jiraiya with the rod. Jiraiya closed his eyes, waiting for his life to end. I had to sacrifice my eye for that. Said a voice behind Pain as a sword stuck through his chest. Pain eyes widened as he coughed up blood as he turned around to see Naruto with one eye shut, panting. Pulling Pain off his sword, Pain dropped to his knees as Naruto stumbled back. He was missing an arm this time, not the arm that can instantly grow back. Kyuubi chakra surrounded the wound as he slowly started to grow back. Naruto stumbled over to Jiraiya with his arm still growing back and look at Pain dead body. Did we win? Asked Jiraiya. Jiraiya shook his head negative. Yahiko never had the Rinnegan. All these bodies were puppets, be controlled by the real owner. Taking a rod out of Yahiko's body, he felt a chakra signature in the tallest tower. Let's go, I found him. Said Jiraiya as the two leap off to find the real body. When they reached the room, they saw Yahiko hooked to a machine Konan standing guard. Ha, you lost. Spat out Naruto holding his limp arm. Naruto, not the time for this. Said Jiraiya, who saw his old student looking like a mess. That fool made me lose my Sharingan. Not so much for a god you proclaim yourself to be. Nagato, why would you do all of this? Asked Jiraiya. For peace. Cough out Nagato. There's no such thing called peace in this world. Said Naruto, getting a glare from Jiraiya. Maybe you all should hear this. Said Naruto. Peace doesn't exist in this world. Why, you may ask? Because not everyone agrees with everyone, or should I say nobody understands each other. One may think by killing innocent lives isn't wrong and another may think it is wrong. You could never understand each other. When people do such actions they don't think they're in the wrong, they think they're right. As long as people exist in this world, hatred will exist. Hatred will always exist in our hearts. Just like me, I hold hatred towards the leaf and its people. My grandfather may hold hatred towards me because I hold the kuwabai, and he may think I'm the reason my father and mother is dead. But what if he said he didn't hold any hatred against me? How will I know that that's true or wrong? Because you don't, because I'm not Jiraiya. That shows we don't understand each other true feelings. As long as you don't understand one feeling, peace could never be brought to this world. But you never know if you actually understand someone's feelings, because they could be lying to you. Maybe that girl by your side really don't care for you. She would obviously say that I am lying, but we all truly don't know because we aren't her. Only she knows her true feelings. So do you get it now? True peace doesn't exist no matter how you look at it. Everyone would keep fighting and causing wars because they don't understand each other. Everyone frown and drop their heads knowing his words were true. Do you want to know why I believe bloodshed continue? Everyone rose their heads and looked at him. It's chakra. As long as everyone have chakra, they use it for their greedy ways. Just like you people who want to use mass destruction weapons like bijas for their chakra. Fighting for these bijas also create war. As long as chakra exists, fighting would never end. That's just life. Naruto noticed his arm finally grew back as he heard Nagato coughing. What is your name, boy? Uzumaki Naruto. Answer Naruto. Nagato eyes widened before it softened. My name is Nagato Uzumaki. We both from the same clan. I really wish I met you earlier and maybe this didn't have to come to this. But I guess this is my fate. Since I'm the cause of your right eye being gone, please take my Rinnegan. Konan and Jiraiya eyes widened, but Naruto smirked. Nagato continued to cough until he took his last breath. Naruto plucked a right eye out of Nagato corpse before Konan wrapped his body in flowers and putting his body in a storage scroll. Why only take one? Asked Jiraiya. If I lose one I can go and obtain the other one. Shrugged Naruto. Nagato entrusted his will into you, for that I will follow you, Naruto. Ah, that make 4 Akatsuki members down. 4. Questioned Jiraiya and Konan. Yes, 4. I ran into 2 Akatsuki members a few back. I ended up killing them. They seemed immortal, but I got the job down. You mean Kakuzu and Haiden? Said Konan, causing Naruto to shrug. So were you the one who killed Orochimaru? Asked Jiraiya. Naruto nodded. Not only that, but I obliterated the village. So you was the one who killed Orochimaru? I heard about it but didn't give much thought on it as we knew the ring was destroyed. Said Konan. Naruto put the Rinnegan eye into his eye socket before walking out, standing on a tongue. Just before you know, I came across someone named Deidara. Is it true he really left Akatsuki? Konan nodded. I let Deidara stay in my home village Uzushiagaku. Konan, you are obligated to stay if you like, for protection. Konan gave him a slight nod before disappearing into paper. So you know her? Said Jiraiya, causing Naruto to turn around. About your parents and that me and Tsunade your godparents. Naruto nodded his head. I knew for a long time when I was younger. When me and Kuwabai became friends, I had to rip the seal off. Unknowingly my parents' chakra was sealed into me, causing them to appear thinking the Kuwabai was breaking out. There they told me everything, including the masked man who attacked on that night. You mean the Kuwabai attack? Asked Jiraiya, gaining a nod from Naruto. Me and the old man always knew it was someone was behind the attack, we just didn't have enough evidence. But now I know. Naruto summoned his bird and jumped on it. Wait, Naruto! Called out Jiraiya before Naruto can fly off. Jiraiya stared at the ground. I'm really sorry for everything that happened, and I was a shitty godparent. Thank you for saving my life back there. Please let us repay you, Naruto. What can you possibly do for me? I know about your illness and I know Tsunade can help you. Please let her help you. She loves you and just want to see you again. Please at least do it for her. Even though y'all haven't actually met, but Tsunade truly cares and love you, Naruto. Please, she been depressed ever since you left and you the only reason why she even came back to the leaf. Naruto stared at Jiraiya before staring at the sky, remembering from his clone memories the time he met Tsunade. He was able to remember she really cared and was able to tell from that hug it was the same how a mother would hug her son. He only received such a hug when his mom hugged him. The look in Tsunade's eyes, it shows she really care for him, and now he kind of felt bad for not really meeting her. I swore I would never go back to the Leaf Village, but I suck up my pride and go back. Jiraiya cheered before getting on the bird with Naruto and flying off. XXXXXXXXXXX.